Hey, what's going on, fellas? What's going on? What's going on, fellas? Huh? What's going on? Yeah, but about to do a podcast. I'm on. I'm on live right now, so I'll call you when it's over. Where you at? Okay. All right. I'll see what I can do. All right. Yo, what's up? What's up, fellas? Yo.
Peace.
Yeah, we live. We gonna start at 8:05.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna be fun, man. Fun, fun,
Yeah.
fun. It's 8 watching in this biatch.
Oh, it's 8 already?
Man, we finna have some. Man, we got a treat.
Hey, hit up the chat. Let us know who you are, where you at.
I'm
We're
back.
gonna get we're gonna get serious on this. We gonna talk serious to y'all. We ain't gonna be playing no games and nothing like that.
Hey, man. Goat. The goat said, I'm back. What's up, goat? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, baby, bring it on to me. I don't need no fancy car or diamond rings. Y'all remember that song?
Not like that, but I remember it.
Penny either. Classified restricted. Glock. Cleveland, Ohio. Michigan in here. What's up? We got Florida. Man, bro, we got a treat for you 8 in here. How many people on the roll call? 1, 2, 3. What's up, man? We started
Yeah.
in 2 minutes. Hey, we got a treat for y'all, man. Like I say, we got some proof. We finna put up North Carolina. What's up? My brother here, he did some personal shit. He got a blessing. He been working. You know what I mean? He been doing it on his own. With a little consistency and perseverance, you can do anything, fellas.
Right.
And faith and belief. I don't know who the motherfucker keep going in and out. This motherfucker. New Orleans, what's up? Brother Broderick, what's up?
It's like Mama said, quit running in and out of my house.
Man, we got some shit to show y'all, man. Y'all finna trip the fuck out today. You know what I mean? Y'all gonna look. This right here, y'all should be only looking at. This Sham Stopper should be y'all number one go-to, guys. We're not telling y'all not to look at anybody else, but after this video, shit gonna start coming to you common sense even more. It's gonna get even easier. And when y'all deal with these child support people, y'all gonna see like, oh man, they not shit, man, motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Right.
Greetings, Smokey. Smokey in this bitch. What's up, Smokey? You know what I mean? We finna get it smoking up in here. You know. I hear you, go. He said he only trusts us. I hear you, go. That's what's up.
Appreciate that. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Okay, well, it's 8:05. Well, hey, we reserve all our rights and unknown rights and waive none to no one. Okay, we're not an anti-government movement, sovereign citizen movement, anti-police. We don't make threats to public officials. Uh, we just get tired of this bitch. It's the bitches, the bitch, the bitch, the bitch. That's it. Okay. Uh, we want to put up a little victory for my brother. Hold up, let me see where it's at. Okay, I'm about to post up his little his victory. This is a big victory for my man. Y'all see that on
Block 45.
you see that on the screen what it says up here? Let me
Oh yeah.
Let me blow it up some. Y'all see that? Let me see what the people can see it. Y'all see that? My brother on here, Brother G. Alex, did this himself. He made these motherfuckers give up. You know, they threw on the towel. See that? He did that. I don't take credit for nothing. He burnt that midnight oil and tore their ass up.
Yeah, it's a crazy story behind that too.
You see that, y'all? The attorneys threw in the tile. Like,
Shay, show them how many attorneys were on that case.
look at
Show
these.
them how many attorneys was on that case.
You see these attorneys?
I'll move over a little bit. There you go. I crossed out their bar numbers. You know, I'm trying to protect them a little bit. You know, trying to save them face.
Now let's get to it. We got
All
this.
right.
Let's get to it, fellas. Okay.
So let me tell y'all about this. So zoom out on it a little bit. Zoom out on it.
I took it down.
Oh, okay.
Do you want me to put it back up?
Yeah, just put it back up briefly. So I tell them about it because there's something. There's some important things about that, and then we're going to address that in this UNIDROIT conversation we're about to have. But I want to lay out some basics, you know, on this case that he just showed y'all. You know, all right. Now, if you notice in the red, now I put the notes in the red for a reason because that's going to go with what we're talking about. But as you can see, I forced them to put in a dismissal of the case. And basically, as you can see, it's a creditor who tried to sue for like thousands of dollars or whatever. And I just want to show y'all that when you read and study, you know, you can defend yourself in these courtrooms. You know what I'm saying? That's your self-defense. Now, there was multiple attorneys on this case. This case lasted about 7 months. Okay. And there was multiple attorneys taking turns putting stuff on the record and stuff. They put like hundreds of papers on the record, trying to call it evidence. They try to do a summary judgment. They try to do all that. And I didn't use no straw man argument. I didn't use no secure party creditor argument. I just went in there with the facts of law, defended myself. And I just want to show y'all that even though this is not a child support case per se, but they all work the same way. If you study the law, you study procedures, you put up a good defense, you answer them, this is what you can do. No matter how many attorneys come after you, you can defend yourself. And if you know what you're talking about, you can get them to leave you alone, like this right here. They put in notice of dismissal. Because see, when you fight, every time you fight, you give them another way to prolong your case and to come up with new strategies to get you. When they prolong your case, the expense goes up and you're no longer worth coming after. Okay. So multiple attorneys, No straw man, no secure party credit argument. Why? One, you're already secure party creditor. You know what I'm saying? Strong man has already been proven to be a moot argument. It has nothing to do with the controversy. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I just wanted to show y'all that, to show you that we handle multiple types of court cases. You know what I'm saying? Not just child support, because we know the court system, regardless of what venue and what action is being taken. You know, but anyway, you can continue on, brother.
Yeah, so he did this, burning that midnight oil. It's all the same. Congrats, my brother. Again, I was laughing my ass off when you sent me this shit. But,
yeah, and this is the type of stuff we do for everybody. You know, we just don't help you in like child support cases. You know, child support is easy compared to these other type of cases. You know what I'm saying? When you know the real law, you can handle any court case in any venue.
right.
So we're not a one-stop shop pony here.
Now we finna get to the UNIDROIT, which I've been waiting for. All right.
All right.
Okay. Let me see something. I'm trying to find the motherfucker. Wait a minute. Oh, okay, I got it. I got it. Y'all see the UNIDROIT? And then two, you can go to the website right here. We got the website for you guys. We put it up, because we didn't want to read the whole thing. But the UNIDROIT is an intergovernment organization whose objective is to harmonize international private law across countries through uniform rules, international conventions, and production of modern model laws, set of principles, guides, and guidelines. Look at this shit.
Founded 1926, so they've been implementing this.
Yes. Okay. Now, you see that, brother? Can you see that pretty good?
Yeah. I'm looking at mine also on my end.
Okay. Now, now you can hit them, man.
All right. So, all right, this is going to be a class in session. Pay attention. First, let me say the disclaimer. I'm not here to make anybody else on YouTube look bad. I really don't care what methods you are giving these people. If they want to follow that BS, it's up to them. But here, we're giving you the facts. We're not making up anything. We're not experimenting on you. We just let you know what the real is. All right? And be careful who you listen to. So let me go and explain this. The scope and implementation. These principles are standards for adjudication of transnational commercial disputes. These principles may be equally appropriate for the resolution of most other kinds of civil disputes and may be the basis for future initiatives in reforming civil procedure. All right. So basically, what the UNIDROIT is, it's the Ali UNIDROIT. Ali stands for American Law Institution. UNIDROIT, as you've seen at the top, is a unification, okay, of international conventions, productions, model laws, and set of principles and guides and guidelines. So basically, this conforms with the Hague Convention. So this will answer, by the time we get done with this, is going to answer your questions. Can they affect me as a citizen, a state citizen, a national, a Moor, a Hebrew Israelite? How do they get jurisdiction based off my address or non-address? This is going to answer all those questions, and you will see that no matter where you try to hide, they have methods of coming after you. So let me continue. So on the screen, you see where it says PA. And that should be under the comment right at the very top. It says a national system seeking to implement these principles could do so by suitable legal measures, such as statute or set of rules or an international treaty. International treaty is also the Hague Convention. So basically, this unifies the court systems, okay? Foreign law may exclude categories of matters from application of these principles and may extend their application to other civil matters. In this particular video, we're talking about child support, but it goes on to other type of court cases as well. So get it in your head, this is about child support and how the UNIDROIT affects you. Courts may adopt their practice to these principles, especially with the consent of the parties to the litigation. We're going to get more on how they get consent from you, whether you imply it or not. These principles also establish standards for determining whether recognition should be given to a foreign judgment. The procedural law of the forum applies in matters not addressed in these principles. So what we're going over with you right now, they still have little tricks up their sleeve where they can apply these laws to child support proceedings. All right. PB. All right. The adoptive document may include a more specific definition of commercial equity and transnational. That task will necessarily involve careful reflection on the local legal tradition and connotation of legal language. Transnational commercial transactions may include commercial contracts, check it out, between nationals of different states and commercial transactions in a state by a national of another state. So, national, if you're not a U.S. citizen and you're a state citizen, you, by contrast, are declaring yourself to be a national. So no matter if you're a citizen or a state citizen, they're going to get you, okay? Because UNIDROIT unifies commercial and private law, okay? Those of you who say, hey, go private, be secured party credit, all that, they are unifying all that, okay? Commercial transactions may include sale, lease, loan, investment, acquisition, banking, security, property, including intellectual property, and other businesses or financial transactions, but do not necessarily include claims provided by typical consumer protection statutes. So some people try to use consumer protection statutes in child support. You know, oh, this is against the Fair Debt and Credit. Now, that will work if they are operating in that capacity. So if the child support is coming after you on your credit report, yeah, you can use those laws. Let me continue. PC, transnational disputes in general do not arise wholly within a state and involve disputing the parties who are from the same state. For the purpose of these principles, an individual is considered a national of both of a state of the person's citizenship and the state of a person's habitual residence. So if you're a state citizen, it says both of a state of a person's citizenship. And if you are habitual residents, meaning you've been living in that state, okay, they can get you, okay? They have jurisdiction over you. Now, a juror entity, corporation, unincorporated association, partnership, or other organizational entity is considered to be from both the state from which it is received, its charter of organization, and the state in which it has a principal place of business. If you are an employee or if you own a business in the state, that is considered in their territory. Now, these people don't care if you write your address and do a zip code exempt, okay? The parent locator will find you and will verify you. So if I put so if my address was Honeycutt Road 47020, and I say, I want Honeycutt Road, zip code exempt, they're going to look and say, oh, it's still Honeycutt Road. He just forgot to put a zip, or he's trying to be slick. They get around that. And charter, yeah, go ahead.
And I don't mean to cut you off, but I did. And the parent locator service. That's all I want to add. You
motherfucker, you. No, you cool. Charter of an organization and the state in which it has its principal place. A charter is any certificate or any piece of paper that shows that you can operate in the state under an organization. Your birth certificate is considered a charter, okay? For those of you who like to argue, anyway, I ain't gonna get in all that. Just study Noble Drew Ali and what he said about it. But anyway, PD, all right, paragraph D or whatever you want to call it. In cases involving multiple parties or multiple claims, among which are ones not within the scope of these principles. So let me stop right there. Anything, like I said, written in these principles that I'm reading to you, It governs that which they are not telling you. See, they're trying to be slick. These principles should apply when the court determines that the principal matters are in controversy or within the scope of application of these principles. Application. However, these principles are not applicable without modification to group litigation, such as class representative or collective actions. These principles are equally applicable to international arbitration, except, check it out, to the extent of being incompatible with arbitration proceedings. For example, the principles related to jurisdiction, publicity of proceedings, and appeal. Let's see, independent partiality. Let me get to some of the important parts. Y'all can read this. This is the same thing that's on the web link that I sent you. I want to get to the important parts. Let's go down to, okay, let's go to 1.5. The court should have substantial legal knowledge and experience. All right, hold on, go up a little bit more. Go down, I mean, go down on your thing a little bit more. You got it?
Yeah.
All right. Paragraph 1.5, the court should have substantial legal knowledge and experience. Independence, now this is the tricky part. Independence can be considered more objective characteristics, and impartiality a more subjective. But these attributes are closely connected. So I underline some stuff. Next to objective, I put facts. And under impartiality, I put equal treatment. But look at subjective, ideas and opinions. Okay? So, you know, these courts under this international law are given independence, okay, over these kind of things, which is kind of dangerous. P1B, external influences may emanate from members of the executive, legislative branch, prosecutors, or persons with economic interests, etc. Internal influence could emanate from other officials of the judicial system. So for those of you who make the separation of powers argument, this right here unifies under the UNIDROIT. It unifies these doctrines, these constitutional provisions, because see, the thing is, the Constitution can be superseded by contracts, because in the Constitution, the government cannot alter or interfere with private contracts. So what they did was they got everybody into a contractual state to get them out of the Constitution. That's where the UCC and the commercial and the courts of equity come in. Okay, so it's one big trick on how they get you. All right, so let me continue. These principles recognize that typically judges serve for an extensive period of time, usually their entire careers. However, in some systems, most judges assume the bench only after careers as lawyers, and some judicial officials are designated for short periods of time. Let me skip down. The term judge includes any judicial or quasi-judicial official under law to form. So let me tell you how child support judges work. Each child support judge serves as an attorney or a county attorney in your district. These county attorneys then run for office to become an AGL. So the AGL is still a contractor and still an employee of the county attorneys. The staff attorneys that give these documents to these judges to sign are nonetheless the same people that work in these agencies, okay? So the judge and these agency attorneys are the same people. They're not separate, okay? So all motions are typed up so the judge can sign, but the judge is not typing these up. It's the child support attorneys who are coming after you that's typing it up. So that's like me suing you in court, and I'm writing the motion and the opinions that the judge should be writing, but the judge just signs off on it. Now, how fair is that? Anyway, I just want to point that out. So let's go down to 2, jurisdiction over the parties. This is where it's going to get a little controversial for you, okay? Are you on 2?
Yep.
All right. Now this is going to piss some people off, and honestly, I don't care. Okay. So jurisdiction over the parties may be exercised by consent of the parties to submit to dispute to the tribunal. Now these laws are already embedded in the American judicial system. Okay. So what you're reading here is how the American courts operate. So I just want you to know that. Hey, peace, more peace. Najed connect. Anyway, when there is substantial connection between the form state and the party, the transaction or occurrence in dispute, y'all had sex, a baby was born, a substantial connection exists when the significant part of the transaction or occurrence is occurred in the form state. When an individual is a defendant, when the individual defendant is a habitual resident, your address or your street name, you can do a zip code all you want exempt. They still gonna get you. Of the form state or a juror entity has received its charter of organization or has its principal place of business therein, or when the party to which the dispute relates is located in the form state. What is the property? That's the child. Okay. So let's continue. Jurisdiction may also be exercised when no other form is reasonably available on the basis of presence or nationality of the defendant in the form state. Let me talk to all my Moors, all my Hebrew Israelites, all my independent native tribes that's not recognized by federal jurisdiction. This UNIDROIT law talks about all that. It no longer matters what your nationality is. It no longer matters what your religion or any of that means. It no longer matters whether you're a state citizen or a United States citizen. It no longer matters, okay? Because now what they're doing is they're saying, hey, if your baby mama takes you to court, they cannot show precedence over you and your nationality or religion because it will prejudice her rights. And she will be able to file a claim for discrimination. So guess what? It don't matter anymore. The presence in the form state of the defendant's property, the child, whether or not the dispute relates to the property, the child, but the court's authority should be limited to the property or its value, the child. A court may grant provisional measures with respect to a person or to property in the territory, form, state, even if the court does not have jurisdiction over the controversy. Look at that real good. They're saying even if the court does not have jurisdiction over the controversy, they will exercise this over you. 2.4. Exercise of jurisdiction must ordinarily be declined when the parties have previously agreed that some other tribunal has exclusive jurisdiction. To my Moors, to anybody with different nationality, the only way you can escape their tribunal is if you're set up as a nation with your own court system and own government. Then you can say, hey, I'm a Moor. This court don't have jurisdiction over me. This should be transferred to the court under the Moorish nation or whatever Indian tribe you're from. I just want to clarify that. Jurisdiction may be declined or the proceeding suspended when the court is manifestly inappropriate relative to another appropriate court that could exercise jurisdiction. And some other relevant stuff. Like I said, y'all can read that. Let's go down under the comment to paragraph P2B. Let me know when you get there.
I'm there.
All right. P2B. All right. The standard of substantial connection has been generally accepted for international legal disputes. And administration of this standard necessarily involves elements of practical judgment and self-restraint. The standard excludes mere physical presence. Okay, so you don't have to be physical. You don't have to be a physical resident or whatever. You can be zip code exempt, whatever. But what this is saying is the courts can do what's called tag jurisdiction.
Preach it, brother.
Okay? Mere physical presence as a basis of jurisdiction within the American Foundation has historical justification that is in opposite in modern international disputes. Okay, so basically what tag jurisdiction is say you live in Florida. If you are driving through, let's say, Mississippi, and they tag you with a summons or they find out you're in the state, they can tag you. That's tag jurisdiction.
Like tag you're it.
Yeah, if you're speeding from Florida into Mississippi and you get caught for speeding in Mississippi, you're going to have to go to the Mississippi courts to deal with that. Okay, so let's go down to, like I said, they can read all this. Procedural equality of the parties. This is another controversy.
Where is it?
That number 3.
Okay.
Scroll down.
All right.
It should say procedural equality of the parties.
Yeah, I got it.
All right. Let me read this. 3.1. The court should ensure equal treatment and reasonable opportunity for litigants to assert or defend their rights. For those of you who are not opening the mail, who are not responding, and you have interest in the case over the property or your money, you need to respond. That is your due process. Okay? I don't care if it's child support. I don't care if it's a credit collector. I don't care if it's somebody, your neighbor. If you do not respond, you waive your right to the equal protection of the Constitution, and you cannot claim due process error. Okay? And for those of you who are sending the mail back by certified mail, you need to stop it. Okay? Because they're going to look and be like, did we just send this back certified mail with a traceable number? Who are you going to show that traceable number to prove that you wasn't served? You're going to go in the court and be like, look, Your Honor, I wasn't served. I sent it back certified mail. I have the tracking number. They're going to be like, really? You have a tracking number showing that you were served? Why would you pay money to send something back? Okay? If it's not you, take it to the post office and have them stamp return to sender, invalid address. And then you waive your right to contest, which I'm going to continue. 3.2, paragraph 3.2. The right to equal treatment includes avoidance of any kind of illegitimate discrimination, particularly on the basis of nationality or residence. The court should take into account difficulties that might be encountered by a foreign party in participating in litigation. What that means is no matter what your nationality is, no matter what your resident is, whether you zip code exempt, the court must treat the case equally, okay? All right, so they cannot discriminate. They're not going to discriminate against you, and they're not going to discriminate against your baby mama who is initiating the case against you, okay? Because if they give you precedence based on nationality and this and blah, 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 she can file discrimination lawsuit against them. They're not going to have that. So now for everybody who was putting all those Morris documents in the court saying this court don't have jurisdiction over me, guess what? They got that covered. Y'all done messed that up, okay? 3.3, a person should be required to provide security for costs or security for liability for pursuant provisional measures solely because the person is not a national or a resident from the state. So basically, what they used to do was they would make you put up a security cost or a liability, okay, in these courts. They essentially make you bond the court. That's what that means. 3.4, whenever possible, venue rules should not impose an unreasonable burden of access to court on persons who is not a habitual resident of the forum. Did y'all get that? So, let me read it again. Should not impose an unreasonable burden of access to a court on a person who is not a habitual resident of the forum. So that means if you do not live in that state, okay, whenever possible, see, that's the key. It doesn't say don't do it, not going to do it. It says whenever possible, venue rules should not impose. So basically, venue rules is like, hey, like jurisdictional rules, things like that. Basically, they'll come to your state and try to do it. Like I said, I can read this. Go to, under the comment, go to paragraph B, 3B.
All right, hold on. Paragraph 3B. All right.
Yeah. All right. Illegitimate discrimination includes discrimination on the basis of nationality, residence, gender, race, language, religion, political or other opinion, national or social origin, birth or other status, sexual orientation, or association with a national minority. Any form of illegitimate discrimination is prohibited by this, but discrimination on the basis of nationality or residence is particularly sensitive issue in transnational commercial litigation. Okay, so basically, regardless of your nationality, color, creed, whatever, they cannot discriminate in these venues, and they will exercise jurisdiction. Now, the last part says, particularly sensitive issues in transitional commercial litigation. So if you are a national or from a different country and you are part of a nation with its own government, then that's when it becomes sensitive. If you're just claiming I'm a Moor and this and this and that, I'm a Hebrew Israelite, I'm a Nubian, whatever, if you're not part of a government with its own court system, a nation with its own government and court system, it's not going to be as sensitive as you think. All right. Like I said, y'all can read this. Let me go down. Go down to number 5. This is another important one.
All right, hold on. Hold on, let me see. Go to number 5.
Yeah. Go down to number 5. I'll admit it, number 4. Y'all can go and look at that.
Number 5. Okay, wait a minute.
Due notice and right to be heard.
Okay.
All right. Again, some people are going to probably make a video about this and rebut this, but this is written. It's in the link I gave you. If you do not defend yourself, you acquiesce. And let's get to it. At the commencement of a proceeding, notice provided by means that are reasonably likely to be effective should be directed to the parties other than the plaintiff. The notice should be accompanied by a copy of the complaint or otherwise include the allegations of the complaint and specification of the relief sought by the plaintiff. A party against whom the relief is sought should be informed of the procedure for response and the possibility of default judgment for failure to make a timely response. So in other words, for those of you who are sending the mail back, for those of you who are not responding, the longer you wait, the longer you acquiesce to make a timely response, and you can't appeal it. In the courts in the United States, you have 28 to 30 days to appeal a default judgment or any judgment. I'm going to just leave it at that. Paragraph 5.2. The documents referred to Principle 5.1 must be in a language of the form and also a language of the state of an individual's habitual residence or a juror entity's principal place of business or the language of principal documents in the transaction. Defendant and other parties should give notice of their defenses and other contentions and requests for relief in a language of the proceeding as provided in Principle 6. So if they send you something and you make the claim, I don't speak English, and most of y'all speak English, but you don't understand it. You know, that's part of the due process. They have to send you a notice in your language. So for my brothers and sisters out there who are from Mexico, who only speak Spanish, if somebody noticed you with something and it's not in your native tongue, you can say no due process because it wasn't written in my language.
Okay. Let me add on that. Let me jump in.
Go ahead.
Fellas, I talked to a brother earlier today, Glock 45. He said somebody dropped something at his door, a summons. And I told him, go get that shit right away, see what it's about. You don't want to ignore nothing somebody put on your door. Because somebody put some shit on my door, I'm going to see what it's about. And they better have some prima facie evidence that I committed some type of crime or I did some type of wrong. You know what I mean? Which I know I don't, because I don't fuck with people. So motherfuckers ain't gonna leave nothing at my door. You know what I'm talking about? If they do, it's gonna be a rude awakening. But I'm gonna see about whoever send y'all something. Always look after it. You know what I mean? All right, you continue, my brother.
Thanks for that. Good point made. All right. Let's go to 5. Let's go down a little bit. 5.3. After commencement of the proceeding, all parties should be provided with prompt notice of motions and applications of other parties and determinations by the court. Y'all see I underline application or highlighted applications. That is the application your baby mama put in. You should be giving notice of that, or you should be looking at the record and finding out. Because if you don't look at the record, you ain't gonna know what to rebut and object to. And the lies she says on you stand as truth. I'm giving y'all that. 5.4. The parties have the right to submit relevant contentions of fact and law to offer supporting evidence. Again, your baby mama initiated paper war against you. She's a paper terrorist. Your baby mama initiated war against you. She put a bunch of lies as evidence, and these courts will listen to everything she says. You won't know until you stand up and fight. If you go in these courts and say, I'm not the all caps name, I'm the secured party creditor, I have a nationality, the court's going to look at you. They're going to look at what she wrote. They're going to look at you. They're going to look at what she wrote and be like, sir, that argument is moot. These allegations are against you. Well, however you spell your name in upper or lowercase letters, the property of interest is connected to you, the physical man. If you don't defend this, we're just going to issue a default judgment. Let me go down to 5.7. Parties may, by agreement, with the approval of the court.
Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm responding to somebody.
Okay.
All right. You see it now? All right.
Okay. 5.7. The parties may, by agreement with the approval of the court, employ expedited means of communication such as telecommunication. Telecommunication. Your child's mother, your baby mama, will call you on the phone to get evidence that that paternity belongs to you.
Or text you.
How does she do it?
Or text.
Yeah, she will text you. If she texts you and say, hey, when you go come and see your son, when you go come and see your daughter, and you text back or you talk to her on the phone and say, hey, where's my child? I haven't seen my child. Guess what? You just admitted paternity. Once your baby mama, if your baby mama is making obvious words like that, do not respond to her because that's evidence the courts will use. Well, hey, he just admitted paternity. He said my daughter. He said my son in text. She got him on a recording saying it, especially if you know there's a child support case against you. What will happen is they will initiate a child support case against you, start texting you, start calling you, one, to try to make you look bad, and two, try to get paternity evidence. The hospitals do the same thing. These nurses will have her call you at bedside to say, hey, when are you going to come and see your newborn baby? And you say, I'm coming right away. Guess what? They got you. Let me go to 5.8. I've seen it happen. In order of, and someone's going to make a video talking about, fellas, look, let me tell y'all, these people are tricky. Keep your head on swivel. An order affecting the party's interest may be made and enforced without giving previous notice to that party only upon proof of urgent necessity and preponderance of considerations of fairness. An ex parte order should be proportionate to the interest that the applicant, who is the applicant, seeks to protect. As soon as practicable, the affected party should be given notice of the order and of the matters relied upon to support it. And it should have the right to apply for a prompt and full reconsideration by the court. So what that means is some of your baby mamas out there or the other parent has lied on you so bad, they made you seem neglectful, they made you seem abusive, and they put in an emergency order. When they do that, they still have to give you notice and you still have to defend yourself, okay? But anyway, because you still got a due process claim. Let's go down to the comments. P5B. You got it?
Yeah, I'm going to it right
All
now.
right. All right. You know you got it.
All right.
All right. The possibility of a default judgment is especially important in international litigation. The possibility of default judgment is especially important in international litigation. What this means is, all right, what this means is they will seek a default judgment at every chance they get. Do not help them by not responding. And no matter if you're a United States citizen, no matter if you are a citizen of Morocco, because Morocco is part of the Hague Convention. For those of you who authenticate your birth certificate to be Morocco, Morocco is part of the Hague Convention. No matter if you're from Europe, no matter if you're German, no matter if you're a state citizen, United States citizen, they will get a default judgment on you. Okay, child support is an international thing. Okay, get that straight. It's not just in your state. It's not just in the United States. All right, let me continue. P5C. The right of a party to be informed of another party's contention is consistent with the responsibility of the court stated in Principle 2.22. So if your baby mama call you and text you and say, hey, we got court on Monday, you best believe you better go to court and call her a liar every chance you get and say, I wish not to do business, just say no. A lot of y'all doing all this extra crap just to say no. Y'all stop it, stop. Go to P5D. According to the principle of 5.5, the party should make known to each other at an early stage the element of fact upon which the claims or defenses are based, and the rules of law that will be invoked, so that each party has a timely opportunity to organize its case. All right. This is requiring, I'm going down to the green, requiring that a written decision be accompanied by a reasoned explanation of its legal, evidentiary, and factual basis. Okay. This goes back to due process. You have to defend yourself. All right. If you just sit there and do nothing, you know what I'm saying? Let me go to languages, because I got something funny for y'all about this languages. Go down to languages. All right. Now, I'm just being, this is just purely entertainment. Okay. Do not do this not unless you really want to piss them off. Don't do this not unless you, this is just entertainment. Okay. So languages, y'all can see it. It says that basically what this means is they must notice you in your language. Okay. So they must send you due process in the language that you speak. Now, I'm an asshole. I've been done responded back in all Arabic and let them read that and be like, what is this? And make them respond back to me in Arabic. They're going to be like, we can't read this. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that's just me, you know. But I will only do that for like, you know, not if you already on child support, and I wouldn't do that. But let me. Okay, go down to 7. I'm gonna address this and I'm gonna stop. Okay, because like I said, they can read the rest of this.
Yeah, and I'm gonna show them that paperwork, some more paperwork here.
Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. My brother Wasil has got some stuff from you. We don't make nothing up over here. We use the current law as it is because your remedies is in it. You just gotta read a book. You know, I don't care if ain't nobody showing you a physical book. Don't believe them that they read. Anyway, 7, prompt rendition of justice. The court should resolve the dispute within reasonable time. How does the court respond to dispute? How does the court respond to disputes? One party makes a complaint, the other party responds. Again, if you're sending the mail back and you don't freaking respond, the court is only going to resolve a dispute. If someone breaks in your home and you shoot them and they live, that's 2 stories that the court has to deal with. And the court has to deal with 2 sides. If someone breaks in your home and you shoot them and they die, guess what? It's just your story. And the court has to believe you, unless you did something real sloppy and murdered somebody like an idiot for no reason. But anyway, the parties have a duty to cooperate and a right of reasonable consultation concerning the scheduling. Procedural rules and court orders may be prescribed reasonable time schedules and deadlines impose sanctions, check this out, on the parties or the lawyers for non-compliance with such rules and orders that is not excused by good reason. In all legal systems, the court has responsibility to move the adjudication forward, whether you respond or not. It is a universally recognized axiom that justice delayed is justice denied. Some systems have specific timetables according to which stages of a proceeding should be performed. Prompt rendition of justice is a matter of access to justice and may also be considered an essential human rights, not civil rights, human right. But it should be balanced against a party's right of reasonable opportunity to organize and present its case. So in other words, you got to defend. So here's the thing. They cannot sanction you for not cooperating if you're defending yourself in these courts and you're posing the challenge and you're saying no. Okay. So there's ways around that. And I also want to elaborate that if you were to sue somebody, wouldn't you want justice not be delayed? Wouldn't you want the adjudication to move forward? It's the same, they have to do the same thing for your baby mama. She files an action application and she files an affidavit making allegations against you. The court's going to move forward. Okay. With that note, like I said, the link is at the top. Brother, if you can go at the top and show them that link so they know I'm not typing this up and making shit up. You know, I don't do Word documents like some people and not give you the link where to go, because this is not my stuff. I didn't write this. I'm just highlighting stuff, okay? I want to make another point. Okay, if you work at a job and you receive a check in your all caps name, you're going to cash that check. I don't care who you are. You know, people are telling you, do not cash a refund check if you get it from the child support agency. If the child support agency owe you a refund and you lose and you win a lawsuit from them, accept that refund check. Okay? Get that refund check. Now, here's the thing. This is why the straw man argument is moot. It has nothing to do with the controversy, for one. And two, they know if you're going there and say, I'm not the straw man, and they'll say, okay, you got us. We're going to give you a refund from the money we were taking out of your check. And they give you, now listen, for real, man, this is common sense. If they give you a check in all caps name, you're going to cash it. Are you going to forfeit your remedy? Someone said, do not cash a check when they send it to you, but then make another video congratulating somebody who got a refund in their all caps name. That is called bipolarism. That's called schizophrenia. That's what that's called. That's when someone contradicts themselves. That's when someone has split personalities. That's where someone's living in two different dimensions. Now, y'all have to excuse me. I'm not talking about anybody. I'm just describing people. I don't talk about people. I describe them. Okay? Like I said, I ain't got no beef with nobody because I ain't got time for that. My energy stays focused on the issue at hand. But don't stop confusing the people. Okay? Because many of you are calling wanting remedy or answers to what people are telling you. And I told you in the last video, if you do whatever you want, okay? I don't care if it works for you, it works for you. But over here, we don't make nothing up. At one point in time, you're telling people were sending letters to the Social Security Administration trying to make them responsible for the debt. I told y'all before y'all start getting responses what they're going to say. And then when y'all start getting the responses, then someone's telling you, don't open it. How are you not going to not open it? Just because you want to see where they mail it and how they address your address, that's a moot argument. That's moot. The United States Post Office must know where to send notice and send your mail. If you don't want to use a return zip code, then why are you sending letters looking for an answer? Okay?
Now, acquiring personal jurisdiction, fellas. Look at this shit right here. It says acquiring personal jurisdiction. Resident responded. A lot of you get mail that says responded in the court papers, right? And we just doing this for example as Texas. Is where it works all over the United States. Okay.
It says responded. It doesn't say obligor. It says responded.
Okay. Texas courts have personal jurisdiction over a respondent who is a resident of Texas, Pennsylvania, or whatever. If the resident, number one, is served with process, number two, waives service of process.
Not accepting the mail, not opening it.
Yes. Number three, makes a general appearance, okay? A general appearance and just filing some shit, right?
Yep.
Okay. A person is a resident of Texas if she is physically living in the state. Flores versus Mello. I can't say that last name, but goddamn it, because I'm not Hispanic. Okay. Southwest Second. Text app. All right. You see that shit? Serve with process. See that at the bottom? See that shit? Acquires the court acquires personal jurisdiction over a resident respondent if the respondent is served with process, okay? Or while temporarily outside of the state. You see that? Let me show you some more shit.
That's a real book. For those who looking, that's a real book. And now Tammy, can you find this stuff on the internet?
Look at this. Does the court have personal jurisdiction? You see this shit up here? Send that goddamn mail back if you want to. Your ass gonna go in default, and I'm finna show y'all too. I'm gonna put
and
up.
Guess what? They're watching these videos. They're watching these videos, and they are expecting you to send it back. That's what they want. Default judgment.
Yes, fellas. Hold up. I'm gonna put up another one. Hold up. All right. You don't even they don't even have to send shit certified mail to you. They can send it first class now.
That stuff be 50 cents. 50 cents to get you to pay thousands of dollars a month.
Look at this shit right here. Notice of hearing, first class mail. See, man, I got some books ain't to be talked about over here, and I just be sitting back laughing at motherfuckers. You know what I'm talking about? If a point has been ordered, right? Hold on, let me blast it up some. See that shit? Notice may be sent by the clerk of court, the movement attorney, or any other person. You see that shit?
Mm-hmm.
I want y'all to focus on first class mail when you send the shit back. Don't send that shit back. This for the sham stoppers people. Don't send shit back. Don't send a motherfucking thing back. If you send back, it better be a nice, beautiful, intelligent response.
Mm-hmm.
That's what your ass need to be sending. Other than that, because they know it came from somebody from that address, because if you do it certified, oh, well, shit, this is a general appearance. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Hold on, I'm going to show them something else. Wait a minute. Hold up. Let me see something. Okay, check this out. Check this out, fellas. Do you see that on the screen?
Yeah, zoom in on that. We are not making this up. This ain't no made up color law form. This is their shit. This is their stuff. Yes. See, we know the remedies. We know where to look. We know where they hide stuff.
Y'all see this? Request to discharge state owed debt. You see that shit?
Show them where it says the child. Look, Department of Health and Human Services. Show them where it says the child support thing at the bottom. So they know this is for child support. Look at that. Child support questions.
Look at that, y'all. Look at that shit. Look, we got this form in 2017, and I ain't talked about it. I didn't put it up.
Look, how much can you pay toward past child support? They still trying to get money. They still trying to get money from you. So basically, they're saying, hey, okay, can you put something down? You get what I'm saying? Can you pay something back?
Yes.
Friend of the court. Look at that.
Look at that. To discharge, forgive, waive your state owed debt. Y'all see that shit? Please complete all information on this form and return to FOC office where your court order is located. You may include more pages if you need more space. You may be asked to fill out more paperwork to provide proof of any of this information. FOC staff may schedule a follow-up meeting with you in person or by phone. Look at that, fellas.
Hey, you see where it says Social Security number?
Yes.
Let me hit y'all with a little fact. Okay, like I said, people are going to get mad what I'm about to say. If you are already on child support, you cannot pull don't use the Social Security thing anymore because you got property, you got cell phones, you got houses, cars already attached to that social. Okay? So you can't pull that argument anymore. If you're not on child support, yeah, go ahead and say, I wish not to receive benefits anymore and I don't want the social. Fine, you can do that. But for those of you, 98% of you who is on child support, you cannot say, I'm not using the social anymore because all your property, your car insurance, everything's attached to it. Some of you got a job where they're using your social. Some of you got taxes coming at the end of the year. Where you see, we help you defend what you already have, not go and run from it because it will always follow you.
Because guess what, fellas? This sheet right here, believe it or not, child support is to give people jobs and your baby mama little change, okay?
Snitch money, that's what it is.
Snitch money, Okay, fellas? And I'm just telling you, and we about to sign off because we got 1 more minute left. I'm coming back with Judgment Proof soon. Probably drop another video. You know what I mean? I'm gonna probably drop another video. Then I'm gonna hit y'all with Judgment Proof, and that's gonna be by itself. We just wanted to show y'all UNIDROIT tonight on what it is not to send that mail back. Answer that shit. Okay? Do not listen to people who don't have books. We got us a new campaign over here. It's called Books for Crooks. Okay? We got a new campaign going, fellas. Let me type it up. Books for Crooks. Okay? Books for Crooks.
What the Books for Crooks is about.
Books for Crooks. Okay? Books for Crooks is about me, I'm different. I like to bring a book into either somebody at this job, somebody at a child support office or anything. I like to put a book in their face and like, well, shit, it says this right here. Can you explain this to me?
Right. They do not update the website, the legal languages on the website, the law on the website. They do not update it. You know, and they redact some stuff. Like y'all might try to look up a law and it'll say omitted, redacted. See, they don't put everything up there.
Yes. Well, fellas, we about to sign out because I gotta go do something. I'm working on something right now. And I put it like this. We working on something for y'all that's gonna be out of this world. Am I right, my brother?
That's right.
We working for something out of this world, fellas. It's gonna help y'all. Ain't nobody else gonna do it. You know what I mean? Nobody.
Right. Oh, and for all my Moors out there, my Kemetic Moors who want to know the real language of the Egyptian Mesonetter, when we say Hotep over here, that means goodbye. Go in peace. When you greet somebody, you say Najera Connect. See, someone who's portraying to be Egyptian gods and trying to say Hotep, whatever, they don't know what they're talking about. Najera Connect is how you greet people. Hotep is when you say bye. Now, I just schooled certain people on that.
Right. And you know they're going to get mad at me and take it out of
I know they're going to get mad. That's why I did it. They're going to get mad. Anyway. No, seriously. I know he going to blame you now. But everybody, please. Now, seriously. What I just said was entertainment. I really ain't got no issue with nobody. You know what I'm saying? So, anybody, don't take that personal. Like I know y'all, I ain't got no beef. We just kick the facts. You know what I'm saying? We serious about this. We serious about people fighting in these courtrooms. We're not trying to give you any arbitrary, redundant, fantastic, and delusional stuff to go in these courts with, because if you mess your record up, that's it. Nobody can help you.
Yes, because guess what? Your due process is gone out the window. And
your due process is gone out the window.
And you can't use that, okay? So, hey, we signing off. Peace and blessings. I hope y'all have a good night. Watch out for Judgment Proof. I'm going to let y'all know about Judgment Proof. It's coming this week or Sunday. You know what I mean? This week or Sunday is coming. And I hope y'all have a rest of the night. All right?
Peace.